Live streamed. Got it?
Okay, cool. We're live now. Cool.
I don't know where. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining me. I am very happy to welcome Christian Sullivan, who I have met online. We have an online friendship, which feels like it's been going for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on, Lisa. I appreciate it.
Well, I just wanted to get you online. As I said to everyone, this is a short, sharp interview to find out what these incredible people that I have met are doing online and what is it that you have come across that has helped you to be successful. So to get us started, what is it that you do online? What's your business or businesses?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. I've been a little bit kind of slow this morning, so I was kind of looking forward to this to kind of pep me up a bit, get me a bit excited. But good question. Been in business for nearly 5 years, actually coming up this Australia Day, which is mental, and the years have just flown by. So what I do is coach and mentor people how to start and scale an online business. I actually work with a huge science company from Provo over in Utah, about 40 minutes from Salt Lake City, if anyone knows that kind of area. Yeah, so how we do it is I walk people through some very simple and strategic posts using social media. We find about viral products, and we've got a few viral products which are just crazy popular. That's why they call viral. And then after that, we really dive into, or I really dive into, like how to, invite people to the business, how to do product demonstrations, how to get, the product in front of people as well. Because a lot of people jump into an online business and they're just ultra confused. They're overwhelmed, they're confused. They see people succeeding. They don't know how they're succeeding. And then a lot of people that jump into it as well, they don't come from a business background. So they don't realize that it's a business. So, there's that delayed gratification, and that, you've got to work and work and work for a lot of people to see any kind of results, and that kind of snowballs over time. So, yeah.
Yeah. And so what's the product?
So we've got hundreds of products. The main categories that I work with are skincare, nutrition, weight management, and then, which kind of falls into skincare as well, our device range.
Okay, because I have used your protein powder. I think it was the protein powder. No, the collagen.
Collagen, yeah.
Oh, yeah, very, very good. I did, and I have seen your posts of before and after pictures of people using a variety of the products that you have, and the results have been absolutely amazing. So you're obviously doing, the right things to attract your ideal audience, and for them to be getting the results that they are, and that you're sharing the results, which is what people want to see. It's all very well reading about how wonderful a cream is or a powder is, etc., but you're actually showing people those results. So that's what I really I'm attracted to, that attraction marketing of what you are doing. That attracted me. I think it was one of the pictures of a before and after. I've still got this line here, though. I'm not sure if you could help me with that one there.
I can definitely help you with that, for sure. The wrinkle line, Lisa.
The wrinkle line. I put it my last
got
line.
A nickname for one of our devices. Yeah. For
yes,
sure.
Yes, the Lumina. But anyway, okay. Yeah. So what is it that you wish you had known, and all, hindsight's wonderful. What would have made your journey a bit smoother at the start, knowing what you now know? What is sort of maybe a couple of things you could share with people as to something that you've picked up that's really helpful to know when starting out?
That's a good question. Before I started this business, I'd actually done a bit of affiliate marketing before this business as well, and kind of very much failed forward in that. It didn't make too much money at all, and just kind of learned. The biggest thing I learned in that business, I think, was definitely mindset and get to events. So that was two really key things there. So when I joined this business, I was just like, when's the first event? Like, where's the closest event? And that was something that really stuck from what I was doing before. And that played a massive role through like these years in this business, and actually got to the first event with what I do now, like 3 weeks later, because I was just like, where's the next event? And I was trying to find out, and it was actually at Bondi Junction. in Sydney like 3 weeks later, and I got there and I sat down, I went by myself, which you never do. Like you never go to an event by yourself. You invite as many people as possible. And I'll tell this quick story because it's very powerful. I sat at the back of the event, right at the back, because I was a little bit shy then, don't want to be down the front. And I sat down and I was just like, wow, this is awesome. It was kind of smaller, not too big, not too crazy, not thousands of people or anything, but I was just like, I'm going to speak at the next event. I'm going to speak on stage at the next, I'm going to be on stage. And this event was called the Success Olympics. And they actually had an event, I think it was February, and then in like November or something. And I went back to November and I took some people. I took 2 people, 2 or 3 people, I think. No, 2 people. And yeah, fair enough. Like got called up on stage for recognition for the business. And actually one of my teammates then, Monique, came up as well. And it was crazy, you know. So I literally manifested that and set that intention from the first event ever in this, the first event ever within the company that I was in. And wow. I didn't even really realize it. I just did it. And yeah, it was just crazy. And then and the guy actually made a mistake on stage. He didn't recognize someone else, so he actually pulled us up on stage again. And I was just like, what is happening here? He actually gave the mic to me and he wanted me to say a few words, and I just started talking. And I kind of felt in my power, and I'm not trying to be ego, I kind of felt in my power. I didn't really want to give him the mic because I was like, I wanted to. It was very weird. Like it was just meant to be, Lisa. And then from there on, like 14 events. Been to 14 events, US twice. Wow. So that's a major thing in online business. Like gets the events, and unfortunately, at the moment, it's very restricted. We cannot do many things, but. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Apart from that, probably nothing else really. I mean, you just got to learn from people that are doing. You got to learn from people that are successful and doing the business. You know, a lot of people try and reinvent the wheel and all this stuff. That's going to make you very frustrated. It's going to make you very busy, and it's going to take a lot longer to succeed. And it's going to be pointless at the end of the day, because you can follow people that are already doing what you want to do. And that's what I've done from the start. You know, I joined someone in this business who had the life that I wanted, and he still has the life I wanted. He just went to Brazil for 3 weeks and worked a few hours a week. Sorry. So he still has the life. Marco still has the life I want. So it's quite incredible. Yeah.
And you touched on a really good point, is that events and that networking. And what I'm finding now is that, with lack of travel, is actually, if there isn't something happening, create it yourself. You know, you don't, even if you are new in business, call on your upline and your downline and actually create your own event if something hasn't been, already established. And, one of the business I have, we have weekly calls, and then there's a worldwide weekly call, and it's all on Zoom, and there's hundreds to 1,000 people on, and it's just, what can I do to connect if I can't travel? So yeah, that's a really good point to totally. Just chat
and just show up. Show up. Don't think every call is going to be the same. Like, don't think, oh, they did this last week. They're just going to talk about the same things. Like, don't lose that kind of mindset, because, I've even fall into that trap a little bit sometimes. Then I jump on the call. I'm like, this is exactly what I needed today. This is exactly what I needed to hear. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And one thing, the sort of last question is, automation, because obviously, you're reaching out to hundreds of people, you've got emails coming in, you've got emails going out, you've got Messenger, you want to do a post on TikTok, Reels, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you use. There's a lot out there. What sort of systems, if any, do you use that are helping you with your ease and flow and grace to get your genius out there?
That's a good question. I don't use too much automation and stuff like that. I do use scheduling for my group. So every Sunday night, I schedule out 2 posts a day for 7 days. So that's Everyday Christian. It's a Facebook group.
Do you use the scheduling system, or do you just use an Excel spreadsheet to?
I just do it in Facebook. So I just do it in Facebook and then go to where you normally post and then just schedule it in there. As far as email responders and other those types of things, I don't really use that too much. More of kind of manually doing stuff, which can take time, but I like to, really build that relationship with customers and team and stuff like that. And just, work with people to build their business, and not work through other things. In saying that, all that stuff works for sure. Like, email, like responders, follow up, all that type of stuff. The fortune is definitely in the follow up, like no doubt. Like in whatever business you're in, you know what I mean. If people don't follow up with you, I've heard many stories about people even in the business that I'm in that they joined someone else because that person followed up with them.
Yes.
And followed up a few times. Hey, what's up? How's your New Year's Eve going? Like, what have you been doing? And it's just like, oh, funny you asked me about this business. Someone asked me about this business like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but I never heard from them again. Actually, I don't even know their name. I've heard that story a few times. And so fortune's in the follow-up. And people need multiple exposures, to go, you probably saw the collagen product, Lisa, a few times before you're like, I want to check that out. And then you're like, well, I actually want to try that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's something I even used to forget like all the time. And that's why it's so important to have an elite coach to tell you that stuff and tell you again, until you're finally like, oh, that's right. And it clicks. So fortune's in the follow-up, and people need those exposures. It's just like anything else. Like when you're looking for a new car and you're like, oh, I don't want a Kia, I don't want a Toyota or whatever I want. You're probably going to go look at the website once, twice, and then go, oh, there's the pricing. And then, fifth time, yeah, okay, I'm actually going to go buy it now.
Yes.
Something like that's a crazy example, but you know what I mean? Like and I think probably a lot of people don't realize that, they get into online business and they're just like, oh, I'm going to get rich tomorrow. And they don't realize it's a process. You can think of people that invent things like Elon Musk or whatever, like the challenges that these types of people go through, and they just keep going. So yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. And that is what, not only the good product, but if you hadn't followed up with me consistently with, messages, that I wouldn't have been a purchaser. And then just last week, you followed me up again about this product that's going to get rid of my wrinkle, apparently.
That's funny.
So anyway, so you follow up. You're a very good example of a person who follows up, and hopefully that's being reflected in your business and your ongoing success. And I would love to just wrap this up. Is there a final anything that you would like to share? Like, where can people find you? What's your group name or your Facebook name or LinkedIn? What would you like to share?
Yeah, for sure. So just on Facebook, it's Christian E. Sullivan. If you want to find me there. Instagram is Christian__ Sullivan. I had to get that name because there was no other ones available, and I want numbers and stuff in there. My group is private, so I actually physically invite people that, or invite people, like add customers and new people like that. But yeah, I mean, to kind of finish off, I mean, we're in a world where there's a lot of uncertainty. We're in a world where things are changing. My biggest suggestion is just to kind of take the blinkers off and just have a look and see what's out there. I mean, having an online business, working from home, having a business within product distribution, this is not, it's not weird anymore. It's not one of those things anymore. It's actually very common right now. And when you actually look into the actual business models and within this, it's actually the smartest business model I believe there is in the world, for many reasons. And maybe we can dive into that in another interview or whatever. But yeah, it's just so possible. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like, take off the blinkers, open your mind, and just have a look what's out there, and start watching people. Start watching people's videos and stuff, and start learning different things. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I do believe there are going to be follow-ups, so watch this space.
No worries. Look forward to it.
If anyone watching this today would like to jump on and have a chat, and obviously check out Christian's wonderful product.